Alta Uniforms, locally owned and operated, proudly serving our hometown for over 135 years. From the first whistle to the final play, we keep teams and businesses looking their best. Alta Uniforms, it pays to keep clean. So, Dave, Alta able to storm down the field, very methodical. Couple explosive plays, especially to Fabrizio to finish things off with 6. So what are you looking for the Titans to execute to try and stop what just happened on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, you know what they're doing a really good job of. Brown has been able to just take the short stuff, take the 4, 5, 6 yard route, and then once those corners start to bite like they did on the touchdown to Fabrizio, he just goes over the top. He did a nice job of looking him off to the left side. So, Olympus has got to. They've either got to put a little bit more pressure on those receivers off the line of scrimmage, or get some pressure on the quarterback. One of those two things. And really, as quick as Tucker's getting the ball out, it's going to be tough to get pressure on him.
Well, we'd like to welcome everyone who's finally joining our live stream after having some internet difficulties here at Olympus. We are now up and running. It's the Hawks that lead at 6-0 after a very good drive led by senior quarterback Tucker Brown. Now on the other side, it's going to be another quarterback, this time junior Preston Farron, who's an athlete. It's gone back and forth between him and Luke Esperson so far, but Preston with just about a 57% completion rate. Let's see how he starts here on 1st and 10. They're also going to go with a quick pass out to the outside. It's caught by the BYU commit, Adam Bywater, but just for a short gain.
Good job defensively for the Hawks there. Riker Ellis comes up, makes a nice play.
So the Titans are going to go with a little bit of a hurry up here. 2 receivers to Preston's right and 2 to his left. Now he motions over Matsumori. He's going to get the snap. Looking for another quick pass. It's going deep on a nice fade, but just over the head that time of Luke Campbell.
Looked like maybe a miscommunication. Campbell's got his hands in the air like, why are you throwing it over the top? And Farron, it was his 3rd school. He was at Alta, and then he was at Brighton. And now I guess he's found greener grass up here at Olympus. He throws a nice ball, and you would think that he's got to come down to Bywater all game. I mean, that's their guy. He's got single coverage down here on him. Safety's in the middle of the field.
He's looking to pass. He's getting pressured, and he'll be sacked in the backfield. What an impressive sack that time by the senior, Liam Rowley.
Yeah, really nice job there. Olympus is having a hard time blocking because that's a quick throw. That's part of your quick game, and he didn't really have much time. He checked off his first receiver and had pressure immediately. So great start both offensively and defensively for the Hawks.
And we got a stoppage of play. It looks to be a flag. And it looks like they're going to call it against Alta.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call is, if it's an illegal substitution or too many men on the field.
Yeah, 12 men on the field.
Which I think is an auto first, no?
So it'll just be a 5-yard penalty. It won't be an automatic first down, so nothing to worry about if you're a Hawks fan. But, I mean, just as you're mentioning, we're seeing great pressure from this Hawks defense. We saw a very nice first drive from Alta. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better start if you're the road team. An Australian punt that time by Olympus. Oh, and just an absolutely nasty tackle that time by Lincoln Fry, the senior, as the catch was made by Rylan Clayton, it looks like.
Yeah, really nice coverage there for Olympus. Maybe that'll get some a little bit of momentum going for them because so far Alta's owned both lines of scrimmage. So a good start for the Hawks. We'll see if they could convert again on this second series. And Coach Blake Burnett's got a fantastic job with the situation he's been in here. And I know the kids love him.
So here we go. Brown and company ready to start things over again after a very easy touchdown drive to start off this first period. Brown by himself in the backfield. He's looking to pass. Nice cut over the middle once again by Morton. And this duo is looking to go easily over 100 yards to start off this game.
Yeah, he fit it in a tight window. They're sitting back in a zone coverage. Basically, it's a cover 3. They'll start with 2 safeties, but one safety comes down to the strong side flat. And he fit it in right behind him.
It's really been that same route that Evan's been running basically both of these two drives.
Yeah, a little deeper in route on that play. But again, Olympus is sitting back. They know Alta likes to throw the ball.
Bunch formation now to the left. Here's Brown looking to pass. Another quick one out to the right side. It's going to be Fabrizio on that right sideline. So Fabrizio and Morin, really the two guys getting it done in the catching game.
Yeah, they're looking good. I know Bear Strong's another kind of their top receiver as far as statistically, but, the way they just play that soft coverage, Alta doing a nice job, making the read, taking what's there. Look, if somebody's going to give you a 6-yard out, take the 6-yard out to the short side of the field all day. Force that defense to come up and play something that they're maybe not quite as comfortable with.
And so far, Brown, at this point in the season going into this game, had a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. With the way he's playing right now, you would never guess. Drop the middle once again by Pagel. We'll gain just a couple. We'll set up a 3rd and short.
Coulter Fullwood, the right guard, pulls around, and Sterling, their center, got bumped back a little bit into that. He couldn't quite get around to make that block, but a pretty good job.
So we've
seen a good job still. They picked up a couple of yards. It's just their second run that we've seen of the day. We've
seen mostly passing plays, as you just mentioned, and also a mix of tempo. It seems like they've done a little bit of hurry up, a little bit of slow down. They've really been able to do anything they want.
Really light box here, run box.
Brown looking for that route by his halfback. Oh, and a nice wrap-up on the far sideline. And it looks like he's going to be basically just past the line of scrimmage, nothing more. So that'll set up a 4th and short. What would you do here if you're on the Hawks sideline?
Well, they've done a really good job up front. 4th and 3, they're probably going to throw a bunch of 6-yard curls. Everybody's going to run 6-yard curls. They might send somebody off on a one deep route, but they're just looking for the soft spot in the zone, and they're going to take it. It looks like Fabrizio on the outside up top.
Brown tried to get the Olympus defense off sides, but now he will take the snap. Looking for that quick route. He's got it, and a nice catch, another slant up the middle. This time it's Pagel getting the reception, not the carry.
Bear Strong actually there for out of the slot that time. Just finds a soft spot in the zone. A really good job. Tucker Brown is just picking these guys apart. And, Bear Strong didn't play early in his career at Alta, and then somebody convinced him to come out to a spring ball practice, and he caught everything. And now he's averaging 100 receiving yards a game. Corner blitz.
And it's a nice run up the middle to counter. A beautiful hit that time on the right side. Tackle made that time by Sam Brown, but a nice run up the gut once the middle to counter that blitz attack that came from the corner.
It's such a luxury to be able to just run a little zone read and pick up 6 yards on the ground. Picked up 9 there. Alta's really having their way.
2nd and 1 at the 18 as we hit the under 6-minute mark here in this first period. Brown in the backfield. And he's going to hand it off. It's a late delay. The ball is on the ground. And it looks like Alta's recovered, so nice job that time to make up for a mistake that could have been detrimental on another really good drive.
Yeah, and I don't have 21 on my roster for the Hawks.
Looks to be Cortland Cole.
Okay, Cortland.
The junior running back.
And, Olympus is sitting back in a cover 2, and they're dropping their corners into a cover 4 look. Alta could probably run the ball every play if they want to.
Here's Brown looking to pass once again. It's a high shot over to his running back who is looking to get a delayed route.
So Alta's answer at this point to the pressure, so that time this is the 3rd play in a row we've seen Olympus bring pressure. They brought a corner blitz, and they brought an outside linebacker blitz. Their answer is get the back out of the backfield and just dump it to him. Pretty good job that time by the safety of coming for Olympus coming down to make a nice play and coverage there. It brings up a 3rd and short, I think.
Looks to be a 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah.
From the 16. That fumble actually that they had actually gave him a first down.
Okay.
So Brown looking to get all of his receivers in place. It's going to be another handoff up the gut, and they're going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage. So finally, our first real stop by this Titan defense that doesn't allow running back to get anything more than just about a yard.
Alta was late getting the play in on that one, and it looked like they were in the wrong formation. They were trying to get Bear Strong over to the left side of the formation. He was unable to get there because the play clock was running down. So we're 3rd and 10. Alta's going empty. Last time we saw this, they went slot fade to the short side.
Yeah, Fabrizio in that same spot as last time.
And they've got a linebacker on Fabrizio again.
Now it's just going to be a quick stop. And a nice reach that time by Bennett Coaster. And they're going to mark him. Looks to be just short, so it will be a 4th down. So now you have another option here if you're Alta, and it looks like they're going to send out the kicking unit.
Yeah, you've got a weapon like Jack McAllister. Take the points, take the 10. You know, even if it's only 3 points, getting the points on every possession is big. And I know that
you know, you talk about weapons, especially in the special teams unit. Jack McAllister's #1 nationally in field goals made. Very impressive, as it is up and through. Nice job that time by the senior. Puts Alta up 9-0. A reminder, this game is brought to you by Carver Steak and Seafood. From first dates to celebrations, Carver Steaks and Seafood sets the table for life's best moments. Prime steaks, fresh seafood, and service that makes you feel like family, locally owned in Sandy. Also brought to you by the Lift House Nordica. Lift House Nordica, your gateway to the Wasatch Mountains.
I love me some Carvers.
Oh, yeah.
A little.
We could go for some steak right now on a nice Friday night.
Tornadoes, Oscars, always my go-to there. Scalloped potatoes, mushroom, appetizer.
Yeah, we still got 3 more quarters after this. I'm ready for some dinner.
Yeah, and you bring Carvers up like that, and I'm thinking about food even if I'm not hungry.
So we mentioned last time it was hard for Olympus to really get anything going, especially with an offensive line that's allowing a lot of penetration. So if you're seeing a weaker offensive line and you're the offensive coordinator for Olympus, what would be your go-to play calling?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find my best offensive lineman. And you know Cole Albrecht, the fantastic D lineman for the Hawks, is out. I'm going to try and attack that spot. You know you've got a backup there. Try and exploit whatever weakness you've – find the 1 or 2 guys that you've got the advantage and ride that horse. Find that matchup that you can exploit. And you know, Alta's pretty good up front defensively, but when your top guy is out, you ought to be able to exploit that a little bit.
Spencer Young, the offensive coordinator for the Titans, looking to get things going after a rough first drive. That was a quick 3 and out, so will be junior quarterback Preston Farron to start this drive once again.
Yeah, and if I'm getting that look defensively and Bywater out here, I'm going to Bywater. Just throw him the ball. There's no safety over the top. You've got a corner that's playing 10 yards off, and he's your best guy. Get him the ball. And, you know, Riker Ellis is a good DB for the Hawks, but one-on-one against Bywater, who is half a foot taller and outweighs him by 30 pounds.
You know, it's a commodity when you have a P4 commit.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone on your team, but especially at the receiver position, that's a tool that you can utilize quickly and often.
Yeah, I mean it.
So 2nd and 7, it's going to be another handoff this time, and just nothing going for Beckham Allred up the middle. So that's going to set up a 3rd and long, and it looks like Olympus knows because of some of their weaknesses on offense, they might want to try and drain this clock with every offense possession that they have.
Yeah, you want to shorten the clock anytime you're a little bit outmatched, but still, you know, you've got single coverage with no safety over the top. And they haven't even looked at Bywater. I like that they're running the ball. Sometimes that'll slow down those defensive ends that are getting up the field as quickly as Altas are. Or you just draw them off sides.
Yeah, early motion by Matsumori, though, will set them back what used to be a 3rd and 5. Oh, it actually drew them off sides. My bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just like you mentioned, 1st and 10. So, I mean, you can get first downs any way you want, really, especially if it's on the defense.
It used to be when I had my play sheet, it was 3rd and short. If it were certain teams, Orem or East, et cetera, Timpview, you're going on 2 every time. That's your first play in 3rd and short.
Empty backfield right now for Preston. He's going to go to the far side. Nice catch up on the left as they get near the 40. Great hustle and a nice catch by Wesley Wright, the senior wide receiver.
And again, Alta's corners are way soft. They're way off. And again, as an offensive coordinator, if you see that and they're not going to come forward, take that all day. I like putting Olympus, it looks like they keep their receivers on the same side every time. I like Bywater on the weak side because it forces the defense to put a safety over the top of him.
Another quick first down and a nice handoff up the middle. Now Olympus is starting to gain some yards. Nate Hewley, the senior running back, now starting to gain some momentum. So, I mean, maybe that offside started to do some good for him because they've been clicking on these last 2 plays.
Yeah, they've started out with 4 out of the 5 plays, or 3 out of the 4 plays this possession have been runs, and the only throw they had was a little 6-yard hitch on the boundary side.
So now they'll slow things down in a huddle as we near the 2-minute mark here in this first quarter. Alta leading at 9-0. A reminder, our clock is unofficial. We'll try and keep it as close as possible. 3 receivers on the right. There's that Matsumori motion once again. Now he's going to cut it back out. Farron looking to pass. He's pressured. He's going to roll out and run. And he gets out to near the first down marker. Let's see where they have him out. They're actually going to have him out early. He got out maybe near the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by Judson Meyer that time for Olympus offensive lineman. Alta brought 2 linebackers that time. They run an odd front, so a lot of times you'll see at least 1, often 2 linebackers come. A good job picking up the blitz. Farron maybe felt a little pressure even though there wasn't really any leakage, and bounced it out to the left side, picked up 6 yards. Again, you've got man coverage down here, single, high safety. I'm going to Bywater.
Almost got Alta offsides again. Now it's going to be a handoff, and it is for a first down. And it's another great run up the middle by Allred. So we've seen some different handoffs and different running backs for the Titans, but all of them seem to be getting things done, especially after that first 3 and out.
Alta switches out their D-line. And again, a lot of times when you've got a 30 front, as you see here, an odd front, which means you've got a nose guard, a couple of tackles, and then you'll bring up a walk-up linebacker, sometimes 2 on the outside. But, you've got 5 on 3 for the first 3 yards. Olympus has done a nice job this series running the football.
Early motion by these slot receivers. He's pressured in the backfield. Farron's trying to go away, and he's tripped up in the backfield. Another great sack, this time made by Timothy Snell.
Good old Tim Snell. Nice play there. Again, Farron, the play call is get the ball out on time, get the ball out quick. I don't know what he saw if a linebacker jumped that route, but a good job by the Alta D-line that time. Tim getting in there making a play.
Loss of 5 sets up a 2nd and 15 from their own 48. So first play in opponent territory goes into negative yards. Here's that motion once again. Matsumori. Can be an RPO. Slant outside. Pass is broken up. Nice coverage that time by Rylan Clayton.
Looks like they're going to call him for pass interference. That's a bang-bang play. It looked to me like he got there at the same time the ball did, but the officials saw it differently. So Olympus is going to pick up another 3rd down conversion.
So once again, we're seeing when Olympus is now starting to lose momentum, it's a penalty against the defense that's actually helping them move this ball a little bit.
There's been 3. And I like that concept there where they started it doubles, so 2 receivers on each side. They motion from left to right. That pulls that linebacker in, and it rotates that safety up over the top, and it leaves you one-on-one on the outside. Alta did a nice job. Clayton did a nice job of reading and breaking on the ball. Just kind of a tough luck call there. Then a good job, Olympus, 1st and 10. This is exactly what they needed. They needed to take some time off the clock and move the ball, and they've done a good job up front.
Farron calling out that motion once again. Looking at pass. It's going to be a screen set up. Allred's got it, going up that left sideline and more to the 20, to the 15, and down at the 12 with the late flag.
Yeah, they're going to call Alta for a face mask there. Again, basically the same concept that they just had, only instead of going to the receiver, they leak a back out, run a little screen, and that's just a numbers game where you count it up, you've got more guys on that side. Good job executing that time for Olympus, and they're going to have the ball all the way down inside the 10, 6-yard line.
Yeah, that's a half a distance to the goal penalty when he's inside the 20.
Mason Albrecht coming in the ball game late. Sophomore for the Hawks, another fantastic.
First and goal from the 6. Olympus looking to get their first points of the game. Farron looking to pass, and it is swatted down. Once again, a great play by Timothy Snell.
Yeah, and interesting that Alta had 2 defenders on Bywater down here at the wide side at the goal line. Farron does a good job of reading that and goes to the opposite side. He just wasn't able to get the ball around Tim Snell, who looks pretty good on that defensive line. And again, they're double teaming out here, so you got to have numbers on that weak side.
Second and goal from the 6. It's going to be a handoff. Allred looking to weave his way past some defenders, and now he's down at the 3. So it'll set up a 3rd and short when we go back to the second quarter as we switch sides of the field. It's 9-0 Alta against Olympus here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.
Get the latest Nordica skis and boots at the best ski shop in Utah, the Lift House.
The 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander Trail Edition.
Welcome back out to Olympus High School, where it's the Alta Hawks currently leading the Titans 9-0. A reminder, this game is brought to you by Tiburon Fine Dining. For over 25 years, Tiburon Fine Dining has been one of Utah's premier restaurants. Their award-winning contemporary American cuisine in a warm and friendly setting makes for the perfect night out. Plus, in the fall, you can enjoy a stroll through their working culinary garden. Make your next night out special at Tiburon Fine Dining. Visit them online at tiburonfinedining.com. So 3rd and goal from the 3 here for the Titans. Try and cut things down. There's a handoff up the middle, and it's stopped by that Alta defensive line.
Really good job again. Timothy Snell in there.
Bennett Coster coming out waving that finger saying you can't get through us, and it looks like the Titans are sending out their field goal unit.
So looking to cut this to a 1-possession game. A good job defensively there by Alta getting a stop at the goal line.
So it'll be the senior Coulter Rollins from 21 yards out. And the kick is up. It would touch that right side, and they're going to say that it is good. So that brings Olympus within 6. Their first points of the game come here at the beginning of the second quarter. Nice drive that time for the Titans.
Really patient play calling, and it's not as easy as you think it would be to just call short plays, because you've got all these things you've worked on all week, and you want to push the ball up the field a little bit. You want to test that defense, but a nice job that time. Farron found the guy short that he needed to. A good play call on the screen play to get him down inside the 10, and a nice job running the ball, which I think they're going to really have to do. I think they're going to have to continue to run the ball, force Alta to bring some guys up to the line, and then you've got to use Bywater. You've got to go to him. He's the guy that from up here looks like the advantage that they've got personnel-wise. I would expect that you're going to see the ball go to him a little bit more.
Let's see if he does get more involved as Alta gets ready to receive the ball once again. This game is brought to you by Hoof and Vine, which is a modern American steakhouse with premium cuts of beef, sustainably farmed poultry and seafood, gluten-free and allergy-friendly options, plus house-made desserts. There's something for everyone. Located on Union Park Avenue in Sandy, it's the perfect place for any occasion. Create an evening to remember at Hoof and Vine. Visit them online at hoofandvine.com.
They got some good sponsors here at Alta, don't they?
They're making me hungry. That's
Yeah.
all I can say.
Yeah, I'll tell you, somebody did a good job going out and finding the steakhouses.
So Alta getting ready to go once again. Here's kickoff. And Fabrizio looking to receive it once again. Now he's going to take it out. He's got it at the 10. He's got some room near the 15 and 20, up the far sideline and out near the 25-yard line. Nice return that time by Fabrizio.
Trevin, a really fast, quick twitch athlete. Fun to watch him play. His older brother played. There's been 4 Fabrizios that have played at Alta, a couple of his cousins and Trevin and his brother. So he's the last of the Fabrizios to come through Alta, so it's good to see him out here healthy. He was hurt last year. He's another weapon. And, you know, Alta's really got three nice receivers that they can go to. But again, a light box. I mean, you got 5 guys in the box. Of course, it's an empty, so.
Here's Brown by himself looking to pass. Tried to go deep. Weaves his way past the defensive line. Now he does find a receiver. Is it caught on the sideline? No, they're going to say he's out of bounds. But a nice recovery that time. It looked to be.
Tucker did a good job getting out of some pressure that time. And he's always had the ability to throw the ball on the run just a little bit high for Bear Strong to be able to keep his feet in. So
Yeah,
2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, nice effort that time by Strong. And it looks like Alta's slowing things down on this drive as we're nearing the 10-second play clock.
Yeah, they had one other situation, one other play where they didn't really get it in very quick. We'll see if they get this off on time.
So Brown's in the backfield. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. It's going to be an RPO. High pass intended that time on the far side for Breck Warren. So it'll set up now a 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. You're behind the sticks. You want to somehow, 3rd and 10, that's a tough get, but you kind of want to give your defense a little bit of a break. Maybe run the ball a couple of times.
So after some methodical drives that got them those early 9 points, Alta's facing potentially their first 3 and out of the game here in the second quarter.
And Olympus, again, they're playing back. They're playing coverage. They're telling Alta, we know you're throwing the ball.
Brown's looking to pass, and now he is going to go deep, looking for Burr Strong, and he caught it. Oh, my goodness. Weaved in between some defenders. Chase Taylor tried to grab it, but Strong said, no, that one's mine for a first down.
Yeah, really good job going up, high pointing the ball, catching it at its highest point. He was right in front of the corner on that far side. Tucker does a good job getting the ball in that slot. Kind of a little sail route where he starts like he's coming in across, and then he goes back out to the outside.
So a nice recovery by the Hawks as they face their potentially first 3 and out of the game. They convert it.
Yeah, big conversion there. Good
Nice
job.
gain of about 16.
Blitz coming off the
Brown
outside.
not expecting the snap, though, and that's going to set him back 3 or 4 yards. So just as they make nice strides, sets him back to about the 41-yard line.
That'll make you pull your hair out as an offensive coordinator, that ball. And I didn't see where it hit him, but it looked like it hit him right in the hands.
Yeah, right in the chest. Just wasn't expecting it.
So no huddle, and again, Olympus is just sitting in their base, cover 4, everybody at 10 yards.
2nd and 15, Brown looking to pass. He's got lots of time up the middle, and it's intercepted.
Bywater.
There goes Bywater up the sideline and back to the 35. A turnover's just what the Titans needed.
Tucker's done a really good job taking care of the ball this year. But, they're dropping 8 guys into coverage on every play just about. I think maybe they've dropped 7 that time. Same concept. That's the 3rd time they've run that same kind of a follow wheel route. And that time Olympus was ready. Bywater does a nice job. And, hey, they're down 6. They can take a lead with a touchdown.
That's Brown's 4th interception of the year in comparison to his 7 touchdowns. So you mentioned he was looking good, limiting those turnovers, and that's actually something that Olympus has struggled with. So now that they're positive in the turnover game, that should set them up in very good territory.
Yeah, I think the defense that Olympus is giving you got to run the ball.
Here's a jet pass up the middle. And it's Luke Campbell somehow weaving his way from right to left as he gets a first down out to the 20. Nice start by Luke Campbell, especially improvising when he saw a play that wasn't going his way when he was moving to the right.
Really good job of keeping his eyes upfield. He was patient, waited for the blocks to happen, and then just cut it back, which is what you're supposed to do in that zone concept. Breck Warren with a tackle there for Alta. And again, a little momentum now. It really felt like Alta was in control. They had everything going their way. And Olympus able to start running the ball a little bit. We'll see if Alta brings their defense up, loads the box a little.
There's that motion by Matsumori. Farron's looking to go deep. He's got a receiver out there and almost intercepted, actually, in the backfield. Great coverage.
Riker Ellis did a nice job. He stayed deeper than the deepest receiver and was able to play the ball in front of him. Really nice job technique-wise there for Alta. Riker Ellis makes a nice play.
Sets up a 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line. Titans need to capitalize off a turnover as they look to cut into this lead. Here's a handoff up the middle. It's Beckham Allred once again, so that'll set up a 3rd and manageable as they move inside the 20 to the 18.
Alta brought pressure, a little bit of a blitz from this near side. Olympus just about got up underneath that, just barely missed it. Good play call, better job defensively that time by Alta.
It's about a 3rd and 6 here. Motion by Matsumori. Almost got caught on a false start. Some defenders thought it was a little bit early.
We call that an indicator motion so that you see what the defense is going to do. Are they going to play man or zone?
Play clock was moving down. Some confusion on the offense, so they'll call a timeout. And that'll keep us here at 9-3 with just about 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. A reminder, this game is brought to you by Alsco Uniforms. Under the lights and in the heart of our community, tonight's game is brought to you by Alsco Uniforms. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving our hometown for over 135 years. From the first whistle to the final play, we keep teams and businesses looking their best. Alsco Uniforms, it pays to keep clean. So, Dave, we talked about last time during the timeout before Olympus went for the field goal after they didn't get it on 3rd and goal. Do you think they try and go for it here if, say, they do set up a 4th and short here? Do you think they try and go for it, or would you just try and get points?
I think that at this point you probably try and get points, but we'll see, I think, by the play call. If they try and run the ball, and Alta's loaded the box up a little bit more the last couple of plays, it looks like they've got Riker Ellis man cover up top with Bywater. They might just go up top to Bywater.
Roll out to the right. He's looking for Bywater. It's in the end zone. It's caught. And it's a touchdown. And nobody else but Bywater. That's the exact person we said needed to get involved, and the Titans have just tied it up at 9.
Yeah, that's their advantage. That's where Olympus has the personnel advantage. A good job that time getting outside the pocket. Farron makes a nice throw. Kind of a comeback route. So he pushed it like he was going to the back pylon, broke it off, came to the front pylon. Farron makes a nice throw, and Olympus ties it up.
PAT by Rollins is up and good, and that actually gives Olympus their first lead of the game at 10-9. Here in the second quarter, it's the Titans now leading here on the Rewind Sports Network.
Have you ever wanted to get $2,000 more for your trade-in? Well, now you can with the power of 3. 1. Go to kbb.com or kellybluebook.com. 2. Put your VIN number and your miles in and get the value on your vehicle. And 3. Get into Generous Auto in the Sandy Southtown Auto Mall, where we're giving you $2,000 more than KBB for your trade-in. GenerousAuto.com, Sandy Southtown Auto Mall, creating smiles for miles.
Welcome back out to Mark H. Manning Stadium, where the Olympus Titans just took their first lead over their region foe, Alta, after an Adam Bywater touchdown, after Adam himself intercepted it on the defensive possession prior. I mean, we mentioned all first quarter, Adam needed to get involved. Not only did he get involved on the offensive side, he took the ball away from Alta to give himself a chance to get a touchdown.
He's starting to take the game over. The best player, a lot of times, if he's got that kind of personality, as a leader, he's going to take the game over. And a nice job making plays both offensively and defensively. Now let's see what Alta does. Let's see if they come out and continue to try and throw those passes into that 8-man or 7-man coverage, or if they decide to try and run the ball a little bit.
You know, we mentioned at the beginning of the game, before he went live on stream, Tucker Brown coming into this game had an over 70% completion rate, yet he still has 4 interceptions now in the season in this game and 7 touchdowns. So, I mean, that's an insane completion rate. Your quarterback usually want over 60, and he has it over 70, but yet now he has 4 interceptions.
Well, and, you know, sometimes when the play call is made and the quarterback drops back and there's 8 guys in coverage, it's tough for the quarterback.
Yeah.
Sometimes when those play calls put him in a situation that he's got to put it in tight windows, and we've seen him make a few throws into a real tight window and complete those. That last one sailed on him a little bit. Bywater picked it off. We'll see if they go to the run game a little bit, or if they continue to try and push the ball up the field with the pass game. And again, you got a light box. Man, run the ball. 5 guys in the box.
Ball will start at the 35. Here's Brown on a handoff. And Pagel's got it. Nice gain of about 3 or 4. So we've seen on that first drive a lot of passing plays, but now they seem to really want to get that run started and allow some opportunities, potentially have some RPO.
And, you know, that's what the defense is giving them, right? There's 5 guys in the box. You've got 5 linemen. You should be able to make 5 yards a pop when you've got that defense, just schematically.
2nd and 6, ball on the 39. Once again, lots of operation room for this team if they want it. Quick slant and a nice catch made by Strong. Close to a first down. It's going to be about a 3rd and 1.
And again, kind of that same concept. They're just sitting guys down in the holes on the defense in that zone. And Olympus is just trying to keep everybody in front of them. I mean, I'm looking at the Olympus D, and they've got safeties at 12, 2 corners and safeties at 12. I mean, there's nobody in the box.
Especially on a 3rd and short when you'd expect a box to be more stacked.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, and here comes a blitz from the corner. Pagel's trying to get around, and he's going to be stacked up on that left side. And it is that quarter blitz, led that time by Matsumori, that gives the Titans another stop now, back-to-back. Once a turnover, and the other one a 3 and out.
And Haloti Anada, a name that should be familiar with here in the state of Utah, made a great play that time inside. He just blew up the interior of the offensive line for Alta, and there was nowhere to go. So it looks like Alta's going to at least line up like they're going to go for it inside their own territory, 4th and 4. Looked like he tried to pull that time and just wasn't able to get around the outside. And you know, if one guy on the defensive line pushes one guy on the offensive line 2 yards deep, it blows everything up. And that time Nada did a really good job for Olympus, number 90. Blew that up, gave that blitzing outside linebacker a chance to get to the ball carrier.
So now it's a 4th and 3. You're still in your own territory. I mean, Alta controlled that entire first quarter, and now we've seen momentum kind of shift to the home side with the Titans. I mean, would you really want to go for it? I know it's only 3 yards, but, I mean, seeing even what Olympus is doing with not that many players in the box, I mean, it looks like they are going for it. What options would you be going for here? Would you keep going with that quick slant route?
You know, if it's me, you know, he comes out in an empty formation here. If you get a 5-man box and you've got everybody spread out wide and DB's deep, quarterback draw sometimes is a nice play in this scenario, but it doesn't look like that's what they're going to do.
It is going to be an empty set, and Brown threw to just absolutely nobody. Just 2 safeties in the backfield, but nobody in white, and so a disastrous turnover on back-to-back possessions now for the Hawks.
Yeah, it really puts Olympus in a good position. 7 minutes left in the half. Chance for him to take some more time off this clock, push it down the field a little bit.
You know, we're talking about just the Alta offense versus the Olympus defense, but you're putting this offense that has struggled to put the ball in the end zone now in opponent territory now in back-to-back possessions. You'd think to punt, you'd give him at least a long field. But here's Farron once again. Now he's going for a quick pass Oh, and a nice catch was made that time by Luke Campbell. Clayton once again in coverage.
A nice job by Preston getting the ball out quick. Again, a good break on the ball for Farrell, but a little bit better throw. And you know, he kept his body, Campbell did, between the defender and the ball, and there was nowhere to go but through him. He made a nice throw and catch. So Alta's starting to show a little bit of pressure.
Here's a rollout for Allred. Oh, and he's met in the backfield. Great pressure and tackle that time by Mason Clark, the junior linebacker.
Yeah, really good read there.
So the Hawk defense really stepping up for their offense that has put them in some tough positions. Now sets up a 3rd and 8 from the 40.
Surprised we didn't see a run there on 2nd down. A nice first down catch, thrown catch. They've been having some success running the ball. Now they're dropping into an empty. Man coverage on this downside.
Farron looking to pass. He's pressured. Now he's going to try and run. But it looks like he slipped behind his own offensive line. Once again at the line of scrimmage near the 40 or 41.
Good job that time. Alton defensively needed to make a stop. They'd given up 2 straight scores, so a good job that time for Alta. Good linebacker play. Got some pressure on Farron and able to stop them after giving the ball up on 4th down.
Olympus not able to capitalize. Farnsworth on the punt. They'll be down, and it looks like it went into the end zone for a touchback.
Ooh, looks like they're marking it down at the 5.
Oh, they're actually, yeah, they're going to mark it down at the 5. I thought I saw the ball stay in bounds. So now, Alta, you're in deep field territory of your own. So you've got a 95-yard field ahead of you, just under 6 minutes remaining. Again, very methodical on those first 2 drives, but very stagnant now on these last 2 with a couple turnovers.
Yeah, and Olympus really hasn't done anything different defensively. They've sat everybody back. They've got 7 or 8 guys dropping into coverage. They've got a deep shell, so they're not letting, Evan Morton is a speedster. They're not letting him get over the top. They're not letting Bear Strong get over the top. They're forcing Alta to throw short passes or run the ball, and it's just a matter of whether or not Alta has the patience to do that. And again, when your nose guard's blowing up the play in the backfield, tough to run the ball too.
So here's Brown looking to pass once again. He's in his own end zone, somehow escapes and throws it before he's tackled. And a nice catch on the outside and a gain of about 5 by Lucas Pagel.
Yeah, really good job by Tucker getting the ball. Keeps his eyes downfield. He does a really good job. He's avoided pressure on a number of occasions, kept his eyes downfield, picked up something when really there was nothing there.
Actually be a gain of 3, so 2nd and 7, still within their own 10-yard line. But now we're seeing a lot more pressure in this backfield for Brown, and it just seems like this offense is out of sorts since their first couple drives.
Yeah, they're begging him to run the ball. They got 4 guys in the box.
Here is the handoff, and nothing doing. Maybe a gain of, looks to be about 3 on the play at the 12-yard line.
3 or 4, yeah. Looks like there might have, it's hard to see from this angle, but typically when you're running that zone, you're pushing, and then you're looking for a cutback lane. Tough to see from up here if there was a cutback lane, but still, I like the play call. There's 4 or 5 guys in the box. You should be able to run the ball. You really should, Coach Shuck and the offensive line coaches really got to get after this offensive line. Look, we got 4 or 5 guys in the box. We need to pick up 3 yards, and here they do it.
Pagel with a nice run on a 3rd and short out to the 22. And just like you mentioned, Dave, now it's all running because Olympus seems to be giving it to him right up the gut.
Yeah. Haloti Nada back in the ball game for Olympus, and he seems to kind of be the one for Olympus that sets the tone on the interior of that defensive line. So we'll see. Same defense we've seen the whole time. They brought a couple of blitzes, but really they've sat back. And
1st and 10, play action, up the middle. Nice catch. They're strong up near the 40 and gets his way up to the 41. And now this seems to be the Alta of old, meaning the Alta of the first quarter.
Well, good job by Tucker that time. Kept his eyes on that linebacker. He makes that play fake. That linebacker comes up. He puts it right on Bear Strong behind him. Still interested to see if they stay patient. They've got looks like they've changed their defense a little bit. They've got an even front now, which means you got 4 defensive linemen and 2 or 3 linebackers, so they're in a 4-2 with a shell coverage behind, cover 4.
Motion now by Strong, right to left. Brown's going to have Pagel move from his left to his right. Now it's going to be another fake handoff. Oh, a slant with the middle. Oh, it was in the hands of the receiver, but then it's intercepted. Moving the other way that time, and a nice interception by Sam Brown, the junior, which once again sets up the Titans in excellent field territory.
Man, and Tucker, they keep calling these plays, and they're running guys across the middle in kind of man concepts. You know, if you're running across the middle against a zone, that's a tough ask to get a quarterback to put the ball in there, and it gets tipped, and there's safeties deep. Man, that's 2 for Tucker Brown.
Puts the Alta defense in a tough position once again. Olympus starting exactly where they started their last position at the 40, only last time they didn't get anything going. Let's see if that can change right here. Farron's got it. He's pressured, and he's going to throw it off. It's all red, and he's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but it could be a loss of 1.
Alta brought Bennett Coaster off the edge here. Quick pressure. Did a nice job there. And Joe Tahu, the defensive coordinator for Alta, has done a really fantastic job keeping the guys keeping Alta in a lot of games with his defense and able to get some pressure there. Dialed up the blitz from the outside. Let's see if they go to Bywater. Now they've got Bywater on the far side. There is safety help over that side, so.
Farron once again looking to pass. This time he's going to go deep. He's got a receiver out there. And was that caught? They're going to say it's incomplete. Campbell dove for that one. I mean, hit the deck.
Again, a good job defensively. That time it was Ryland Clayton, and he just stayed deeper than the deepest receiver, and it basically forced Campbell. I mean, it had to be a perfect throw and a perfect acrobatic catch, and it just wasn't there. So Olympus now 3rd and 11. Chance for Alta to get the ball back if they can get a stop here. And, you know, this last drive of the first half, going into the first drive of the second half, you love to have 2 in a row.
Here's a 3rd and 10. It's going to be a quick pass out to the running back. Allred's got nowhere to go, maybe a gain of 2. So now Olympus, with excellent field territory on back-to-back possessions, can't do anything with it. And it looks like they're going to send out the punt unit.
And that play was made by Bennett Coaster, the outside linebacker. He came up and stoned the blocker, forced the running back to bounce that, and Pursuit was able to catch up. And a lot of times guys that come up and make that kind of a play, you don't really see that, you don't really hear it, but Bennett took on two blockers and did a really good job that time.
Clayton back out to receive. He's near the 10-yard line. Oh, and a nice boot as Clayton looks to get a fair catch as it goes straight to the end zone. This time, it will start out at the 20. So both of these offenses now struggling, whereas Alta turning the ball over now on 3 straight possessions, and Olympus can't get anything going when they're starting in opponent territory. I mean, these are some critical last 90 seconds to see if Alta can maybe get this lead back before halftime.
Yeah, the thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to put your quarterback in a situation where he's got to thread the needle and put it in a really tight window. And we've seen him, like we've talked about, make that throw a few times, but a couple of times it ends up as a turnover. See if they've got some patience, if they'll run the ball. Again, a minute and a half, you still have a run play or two in your 2-minute offense. But here, your first play, you're looking to pick up 5 yards. Take something down here, curl route, something on the corner. You're not throwing it across the middle into coverage.
It's going to be a handoff off the right side. A nice gain that time. Gets it out to about the 25-yard line for a gain of 5.
Pagel doing a nice job. He hasn't run the ball very much for the Hawks. Trevin Cook, their leading running back, the leading rusher for the Hawks, is out for the rest of the season, unfortunately injured. He was having kind of a breakout season. And so Pagel now is their main running back. But look, your first play, 2-minute offense, you pick up 6 yards on the ground. That's a good start. Now take another 5. You really are are expecting that the defense is going to give you some room on the outside. You'll be able to take 5 and 10-yard routes, get to the outside. I think it's risky to try and go over the middle, especially after the last few throws that have been intercepted. There's a ton of traffic into the middle of the field. So,
as we come out of this timeout by Alta, we remind you this game is brought to you by Carver's Steak and Seafood. Whether it's a quiet night for two or a gathering with friends, Carver's Steaks and Seafood is the place to be. Savor prime steaks, fresh seafood, and a dining experience you'll remember long after the last bite. 2nd and 5 now for this Hawk squad after an early run by Pagel.
Yeah, they're not going to let Alta go over the top.
Pagel motions out to the left. Instead, it's going to be a post route, and too far that time, out of bounds on the reception is William Strong.
Again, another smash concept with a curl on the outside, a corner on the inside, and just overthrew it a little bit there. And that's another one. That's a hole shot. You can't really put that up in the air because you've got that. You got the corner sitting on the curl route. You got that safety dropping. You've got to get the ball there quick in front of that safety. Just sailed on him a little bit.
So a 3rd and 5. This one's critical here for Alta. 3 receivers to the left as Brown gets the snap. It's going to be a quick handoff over to Pagel. Pagel gets out to the 30 and then driven back. Let's see where they mark him if they're going to give him this.
Looks like it's a first down. Nice job there. Again, we talked about it earlier in the game. Alta's answer to the pressure a lot of times is just going to dump it off to the back out of the backfield. Looks like actually they're going to mark that short.
Yeah, maybe about a half yard. And unlike the last couple times, they are going to punt this one away.
Looks like they've got McAllister coming into punt. I know Bear Turner, another one of Alta's fantastic defensive players, has been punting the ball a lot this season as well.
So Olympus will call a timeout as they get ready to receive this punt with 38 seconds left on the clock. And a reminder, our clock is unofficial. We're going to try and help you as much as we can. Reminder, this game is brought to you by the Lift House Nordica, your gateway to the Wasatch Mountains, as well as Tiburon Fine Dining. For over 25 years, Tiburon Fine Dining has been one of Utah's premier restaurants. Their award-winning contemporary American cuisine in a warm and friendly setting makes for the perfect night out. Plus, in the fall, you can enjoy a stroll through their working culinary garden. Make your next night out special at Tiburon Fine Dining. Visit them online at TiburonFineDining.com. So just under 40 seconds now. Olympus looking to receive this punt. So say you have a nice return maybe out to midfield. You maybe have a play or two to try and get this into field goal territory, but this one's kind of hard to try and score. Oh, but it looks like actually Alta's going to send their offense back out. This is interesting on a 4th and 1.
Maybe trying to draw him off sides, get him a jump, then call a timeout. And it worked.
And they got him. Wow. Great job that time by the Alta offense. It now sets them up with a 1st and 10. So now you're thinking about the other side. Now you've got 40 seconds, and you've got to go really about 30 or 40 yards.
Yeah, 35, 40 yards. But, again, you've got the best kicker in the state, McAllister.
It looks like it's actually going to be a false start. So they're going to have to punt, actually. Wow.
They called it on Alta.
What a turn of events now on these last couple snaps. It's hard for us up here in the booth to try and keep track.
Well, in high school football, a lot of times the long snap on punts are the weakest part of your special teams. So you like to put a little pressure on it, force them to make a perfect snap, and they did it. A little trick play now for Olympus.
And they're going to call a stoppage of play.
So what they did is they had 2 split receivers. We've seen it. Britton Covey did it with Utah a few years back against Oregon, where one side receiver waves for a fair catch, and the ball's kicked to the other side. So the coverage team comes down looking at the guy waving for the fair catch. So what they did is they saw him wave for the fair catch on the near side of the field, and as soon as he caught it on the far side, they stopped the play because it was called a fair catch.
So Olympus on their own 46 with 30 seconds to go here in this first half. They got to come up with some big plays right here if they want to score some points.
A little short one to Bywater. Bam, out.
And he's got it.
Do that 2 or 3 times and then take a shot.
out to the Alta 46. I'll stop the clock now with 26 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and if they're going to continue to play that soft coverage on that far side, just keep taking that. You know, maybe a little 5-yard out this time.
He looked for that same route again. Now Farron's going to throw. He's got a receiver out there. Matsumori's got to make some magic out of nothing. Still weaving his way down near the 35-yard line.
And the clock stopped.
Clock stops at 16 seconds as it is a first down.
Yeah, that clock hasn't run for most of that play. The clock was not running. So Olympus getting a little home cooking. It still isn't running. There it goes.
Still isn't running. Now it does.
Oh, that's intentional grounding. He can't spike the ball out of the shotgun. He has to go under center to spike the ball. That should be an intentional grounding call right there.
They're not going to call it. It's 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah.
13 seconds to go. Ball's on the 38-yard line. I mean, Olympus has to gain, in my estimates, 8 to 10 yards to really have a good shot at this.
Well, you've got 2 more plays from scrimmage if you get the ball out quick. You might think about, looks like they're going empty, just try to go over the top to McAllister. You've got enough time to try and take a shot, and if you can occupy the safety with a slot receiver, you might have a chance. No, he's not.
They are going to go for it. Looking for a receiver, incomplete that time. Intended for Farnsworth on the left side, so you're under 10. You do have time for a quick play if you want. But the problem is you have no timeouts. You can't have anything stay in bounds.
Yeah, really good coverage there by Bear Turner. Bear Turner's older brother, Jace Turner, played for Alta. A few years back, was a fantastic slot receiver, maybe one of the best we've ever had at that position.
So depending on the length of the kick that's doable for Rollins, Olympus might go towards the end zone for one more try before they kick a long field goal. Here's Farron looking to pass. He's pressured, and he's just going to throw this one out. Almost caught that time by Farnsworth once again. And that is with 3 seconds now left on the clock. And it looks like they might just go for the Hail Mary right here.
Yeah, it's the problem. The problem is Farron hasn't had any time to throw the ball, and to throw a Hail Mary, you've got to have enough time to set your feet, step up in the pocket, make a deep throw up in the air, and defensive penalty. You get another play at the end of the half. So we'll see what happens. Alta playing deep coverage, keep everybody in front of you.
Here we go to end the first half. And it's incomplete, but it looks like it's going to be a roughing the passer against Alta. Late hit that time.
Liam Rowley, it looks like.
By Lisiate Feveleaki. Looks to be number 99.
Oh, I thought it was 9.
It could be number 9.
Yeah, maybe I think it was 9.
Yeah, Liam Rowley. My eyes are deceiving me up here.
And now
it looks like that will be in field goal range, really. Yeah, ball's going to be set at the 24, 23-yard line. So this will be about a 40-yarder. So penalties really for this Alta defense has sparked this Olympus team to get points, and it could end up with giving Olympus 3 more. Here's Rollins for the kick. It's up, and it looks like it's wide left. It is. It's no good. And so our first half will end with the Titans leading it 10-9 here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. We've got a good second half coming up here.
Welcome back to the UCCU Savings Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
It's time for the Alta High Senior Spotlights. We'd like to highlight Alta's senior, linebacker, and captain, number 1, Bennett Coaster. Bennett's nickname is Benner. His favorite workout song is Him All Along by Gunna. What he's going to miss most about Alta is messing around with Coach Burdett and the post-game bus rides. His advice for his brothers he's leaving behind is, even if you don't feel like it, just do it anyways. In 10 years, he hopes to be on a yacht with his homies in Dubai. We'd like to highlight Alta senior quarterback and team captain, number 2, Tucker Brown. Tucker's been playing football since he was a little kid. His nickname is Tucky Time. What Tucker will miss most about Alta is his friends. And if he could leave some advice behind, he would say, trust yourself and have confidence. In 10 years, Tucker hopes to be working. We'd like to highlight Alta senior wide receiver, number 4, Bear Strong. Bear's been playing football since he was a little kid and likes to go by the nickname JJ. Bear's favorite workout song is More Than Ever by Lukey. He says what he'll miss most about Alta is the people. And if Bear could leave some advice behind, it would be to stay locked. We'd like to highlight Alta senior linebacker, number 42, Micaiah Lamerman. Micaiah's nickname is Kaya, and his favorite workout song is Feeling Myself by Mac Dre. In 10 years, he says he hopes to be building a good life for himself, providing for his family, and chasing big goals. A big thank you to Micaiah's family, coaches, and teammates who pushed him to be better every day.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Watch out! It's an avalanche of deals coming right at you. Get 2 Icon season ski passes with a new vehicle purchase from Riverton Chevy. We're shredding the competition with SUVs starting at $299 a month and nothing down. Get a Silverado for as low as $42,500 or save up to $12,000. These are iconic offers from Utah's iconic Chevy dealer, Riverton Chevy.
The Chevyweight Champ, Riverton Chevy.
Get the latest Nordica skis and boots at the best ski shop in Utah, the Lift House.
The 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander Trail Edition.
Have you ever wanted to get $2,000 more for your trade-in? Well, now you can with the power of 3. 1. Go to kbb.com or kellybluebook.com. 2. Put your VIN number and your miles in and get the value on your vehicle. And 3. Get into Generous Auto in the Sandy Southtown Auto Mall where we're giving you $2,000 more than KBB for your trade-in. GenerousAuto.com, Sandy Southtown Auto Mall, creating smiles for miles.
Welcome back to the UCCU Saving Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Watch out! It's an avalanche of deals coming right at you. Get 2 Icon season ski passes with a new vehicle purchase from Riverton Chevy. We're shredding the competition with SUVs starting at $299 a month and nothing down. Get a Silverado for as low as $42,500 or save up to $12,000. These are iconic offers from Utah's iconic Chevy dealer, Riverton Chevy.
The Chevyweight Champ, Riverton Chevy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back out to Mark H. Manning Stadium here at Olympus High School as we get ready for second half action between the Alta Hawks and the Olympus Titans, where Olympus currently leads at 10-9 going into the break. A reminder, this game is brought to you by Hoof and Vine, a modern American steakhouse with premium cuts of beef, sustainably farmed poultry and seafood, gluten-free and allergy-friendly options, plus house-made desserts. There's something for everyone. Located on Union Park Avenue in Sandy, it's the perfect place for any occasion. Create an evening to remember at Hoof and Vine. Visit them online at hoofandvine.com. Nate Thatcher alongside Dave Harrison. And Dave, we really saw Alta take control in that first quarter, but then it just seemed like after Olympus took that advantage at 10-9, it's really just been a back and forth with some offensive struggles.
Yeah, Olympus basically has just dropped everybody back into a zone and is daring Alta to run the ball, and Alta just really hasn't been willing to do that. And it's hard, you're an offensive coordinator, you got this play sheet, you've worked on all these plays, you got all these pass plays, you got all this stuff going on, but sometimes the best solution is the easiest and the simplest solution. And, when you've got numbers in the box, in the run game, you've got to be able to execute that. You've got to have run plays in your offense to be able to do that. And they've run a couple of things, but really they haven't committed to running the ball. And so I think that if they can do that, if they can come out and take advantage of what Olympus is giving them defensively, they'll be okay. And Olympus, the same thing. When they run the ball, they've done a pretty good job, and they really only got McAllister involved a little bit there, one big touchdown, and I expect we'll see some more of him.
So Titans will get the ball to start the second half. And the last two possessions we saw them, they started in Alta territory, besides obviously the one right before the half where they started in their own, but actually a roughing the passer penalty helped move them. So this will be their first long field in front of them since that first quarter. It'll be interesting to see what kind of plays they come up with to try and get themselves down the field, a situation they haven't found themselves in often in this one.
And, defensively, Alta's done a nice job. They've been forced basically to defend a short field on a number of occasions. And other than the one touchdown, they've done a nice job. So we'll see. Alta's still in their odd front. They bring a linebacker off the weak side. Great play.
Handoff off the right side goes for a loss. Handed off that time to Matt McConkey. But a great defensive effort puts Olympus in negative territory. Now it sets up 2nd and 14.
And Liam Rowley does a nice job, the left defensive end for the Hawks, setting the edge, pushing his defender back, forcing the running back to bounce it outside, and then cleaned it up by the defensive back. So they try and go outside run game. Didn't work that time. We'll see if they continue to look for the run game. Alta's got a pretty heavy run box here.
Looks like they're coming up with a blitz here. It's going to be a quick pass on the slant. Caught out near side the 20. Nick Sorensen that time on the reception. Let's have about a 3rd and 9.
Good job by Farron getting the ball out quick. A timing route. The ball's actually out before he stopped his route. But again, they've run that little slant in front of that dropping corner a few times. You wonder if they've got a little slant and go, a little sluggo coming. As many times they've run that.
3 receivers to the left. To the right, 2 to the left. Farron trying to scramble and get out of there. Looks like a flag for holding. Oh, my goodness. And then a fumble recovery off of a strip in the backfield by Liam Rowley for a touchdown.
Really great job. He just kept running through the play, hit the quarterback. Ball came out. Everybody else kind of stopped. Liam picks the ball up, goes into the end zone, and the Alta defense steps up. I think the flag is probably going to be a holding penalty on Olympus.
Let's see who they call it against. This is going to be monumental.
Yeah, big call here.
They're pointing towards the Alta side.
Yeah, they're declining it.
It's a hold against Olympus that will be declined. Alta with a scoop and score to put themselves back in the lead. And what a turn of momentum here at the beginning of the third.
Yeah, really great job. Again, the Alta defenses we've seen happen over the last year and a half or so, kind of stepping up, keeping these guys in the ball game, and they really needed that. And Rowley, again, he's had a couple of really nice plays on that edge. And that's 2 times on that drive that Olympus tried to go outside on him, and they paid both times.
PAT is up and good by Jack McAllister, and Alta now back up 6 here in the third. A reminder, this game is brought to you by Southtown Mitsubishi and Generous Auto. Do you know where to buy a new SUV with a 100,000-mile warranty for less than $30,000? Southtown Mitsubishi in Sandy at the Southtown Auto Mall. Shop now at utahmits.com. Get $2,000 more for your trade-in at Generous Auto. Check your vehicle's value on kbb.com, then bring it to Generous Auto at the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy for $2,000 over KBB. Generous Auto, creating smiles for miles. And a reminder, that's our second Axio EV touchdown of the game. Ready to upgrade to an electric or hybrid? Axio EV has hundreds of used EVs and hybrids in stock at fantastic prices. Axio EV in Sandy, Utah's fastest growing used electric vehicle dealer. Wow, what a turn of events here in this second half. And in a time when both of these offenses are struggling, the Hawks capitalize and get a defensive touchdown. Momentum right back with the team in white.
Yeah, big time play there by Rowley. And you know, Olympus, they did a pretty good job running north and south in that first half. This time they try to get outside. Both times they do that, Rowley gets to them. And so we'll see what adjustments Olympus makes, but a good start defensively for Alta.
That was the first time really we had seen Farron under severe pressure, even though that offensive line has played weaker, especially in the first quarter. And it's tough to lose the ball when you're at your own 15-yard line on the run. So to try and get your quarterback back on track, especially after a play like that, what are you calling to try and keep him more comfortable rather than losing the ball on a scramble?
Well, run, but if they're trying to get outside, they're in trouble. They need to get downhill. And again, they're getting blown up inside.
Allred stopped immediately in the backfield. Another great play that time by Lisiate Feveleaki. So this defensive line is now really stepped up, and Olympus can't seem to get anything to go here on offense in the second half.
Rowley's out of the game, so they might have a little more luck on that far side, but Fabiaka did a good job there. Now this time they run power.
Allred bouncing out to the outside, gets near the 24 as he stopped out of bounds. Will set up Olympus in about a 3rd and 5.
Pretty good run that time. They pulled guard and a tight end that time to try and kick the end out and then try and seal a linebacker. Alta did a good job of squeezing that hole down, forced him to bounce it to the outside, brings up a 3rd and long.
Starting to see the Hawks bring more pressure as well tonight. Let's see what the Titans can do. Looks like to be a leaking pressure on the right side as well on this one.
Alta's a little twitchy on their D-line. You might see him go on 2 here.
Here's Farron. Try and convert. Goes across the field. There's Bywater. Makes a couple men miss. Gets himself out to the 34-yard line. So there they go, getting Adam back in play for his first reception of the second half.
Boy, that's a long throw for a 6-yard hitch going from this far side hash all the way to Bywater on the other side. I like getting the ball to your best guy. The way they call their offense, they keep him on that right side of the formation, regardless if it's the wide side or not. I like going to Bywater as often as you can. I mean, he's a big, strong athlete.
Another handoff up the middle, this time for a nice gain out to the 40. And it looks to be Allred once again. So after a couple struggles now, Olympus with some good plays back-to-back for some nice yardage.
Allred's running the ball hard, getting downhill. Good job that time following his guard, who pulled her out and went up inside and made a block on Coaster.
2nd and 5, ball at the 39-yard line. Allred to the left of Farron. 2 receivers to the left, a slot to the right. And it looks like Bywater's on that far right. It's going to be caught. And reception that time by Nate Hewley on the far side. Maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, he kind of was in that H-back position, just ran a little out route behind Bywater, who ran a streak on the outside. And a good job by Alta defending that.
A reminder, our clock is unofficial as we go under 9 here in the third. 3rd and 5. And there's another flag, as we've seen a lot of motion from Olympus here in this game, and it's penalized Alta.
Yeah, Altus struggled a little bit. Sterling that time plays both offense and defense. Jumped offside, so.
Sets up a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Titans seem to be slowing things down here on this drive, especially after a turnover. Try and get momentum back on their side with some nice, not so much chunk yardage, but just some good momentum as they just keep gaining yards.
Good positive yards on the ground. Allred's running hard, picking up 4 or 5 yards every time he touches it.
Now it's going to be a QB draw up the middle. Farron with a nice gain out to the 49 as he's driven back by the linebackers. So now we're seeing some difference in play calling as well now from this Titan team. It seemed like we saw similar formations, similar calls. A little bit of a mix-up here on this drive.
You know, it's anytime you bring the quarterback into the run game, now mathematically you have an advantage offensively. And so they've seen that Alta started to bring a little bit more pressure inside. That time a good block by Allred. Preston Farron able to pick up 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Farron, RPO. Quick pass out to the right. Matsumori's got it, but a nice wrap-up on the outside.
Bear Turner. Bear Turner is a fantastic athlete, leads the Hawks in tackles. Looks like he might get called there for an inadvertent face mask. Flag came out just as face mask.
Once again, it's penalties that's killing this Alta defense when they step up to make plays. I mean, you mentioned Bear Turner. He's averaging over 12 tackles a game. He's got 3 sacks, a pick on the air. I mean, he's a force to be reckoned with, but when you make plays like that, it can just really hurt your momentum.
Yeah, and I think that was an inadvertent. He came up, and that's one of those penalties that you have a hard time really getting after him too hard because it was an effort penalty. He came up, made the hit, accidentally hit him in the face mask. Maybe he grabbed it. That's tough to say from up here, but yeah, it's
multiple times now the Alta defense has penalized themselves to put Olympus in their territory. Here's another run by Farron, this time out to the right side. Another nice gain near the 30. We'll set up a second and manageable.
We saw that same action in the first half where you take the slot receiver on the short side of the field, bring him in motion. Alta squeezes their defense down, which then when the quarterback runs the ball, you've got numbers on the outside. The other thing that's going to do now is it takes that safety and moves him out of the way, leaves Bywater a little bit of either a bang post or a streak route on the outside. So they may come back to that in a play or two.
Blitz coming off the left side. Allred sneaks past it, weaves his way through, gets himself a first down as he nears the 20-yard line as they go close to the red zone.
Yeah, really good job that time. Made a good read. Snell got upfield. Tim Snell, the defensive end on this left side for the Hawks. And Farron gave it because he got upfield so far. A good job picking up another first down for Olympus. A good drive here.
So Allred with some really good plays in tonight's game, averaging just about 60 yards on the ground. Pass going towards the end zone for Campbell. Oh my goodness, was that caught? It was! Touchdown Olympus as they tie things up at 16 in dramatic fashion.
An acrobatic catch, a little out and up route. About 7 yards, he took 2 steps to the sideline and then got upfield, made a diving catch. It looked to me like he stepped out of bounds before he caught the ball because the pylon went down, but the official on this side didn't call anything. His hat didn't come off, so Olympus with a fantastic drive and a good play to finish it off. Ties it up, chance to take the lead.
And they do with the PAT. The home Titans back on top here at Manning Stadium.
Get the latest Nordica skis and boots at the best ski shop in Utah, the Lift House.
Welcome back out to Mark H. Manning Stadium as the Titans just retook the lead with a dramatic end zone catch by Luke Campbell in the end zone. Put them up 17-16. A reminder, our game is brought to you by Southtown Mitsubishi. Do you know where to buy a new SUV with a $100,000 mile warranty for less than $30,000? Southtown Mitsubishi in Sandy at the Southtown Auto Mall. Shop now at UtahMITS.com. Dave, what a dramatic third quarter we've seen. It's a scoop and score for Alta, a diving catch in the end zone for the Titans. Very different than what we saw, especially in that second quarter between these two teams.
I really liked the way Olympus was patient. They took their time. They moved the ball down the field. They were happy with 4 and 5 yard runs. And sometimes as an offensive coordinator, you want these big plays, but 4 and 5 yard plays that time for Olympus really set the tone and set it up, forced Alta to kind of bring their defense down into the zone to stop that run. And they got the little double move route on the outside. McAllister, Luke Campbell with a nice catch.
Yeah.
So now, first time we've seen Alta on offense this half. Let's see if there's any change in their philosophy or if they're going to keep trying to throw the ball into this coverage.
So Alta offense hitting the field for the first time in the second half, and we only have 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
I mean, they're doubling the outside receiver, Fabrizio, here.
Quick pass out to the left side, met immediately by that Titan defense. Not doing maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on the play.
I love those plays if your guys make those blocks. And that's something that you really have to work all summer in your fall camp, making sure that they make the block, stay on the block, and give your guy a chance to make a move. But Olympus just came downhill hard, and Alta loses a yard or so. Oh, it looks like they picked up a couple there.
2nd and 8. Brown, RPO, quick slant, and now it's a drop pass on the outside. Evan Morton, a player we called a lot in that first quarter, with an easy reception opportunity, he just drops it.
Yeah, he might have got 2 or 3 yards out of that if he would have caught it. But again, Olympus is just sitting back, forcing Alta to throw the ball short in front of him. And I guess Olympus knows that Alta's not going to run the ball. They pretty good job by the D coordinator making Alta.
Now it's a 3rd and long, motion by the running back, almost intercepted twice now by this Titan defense.
And again, you run a guy all the way across the zone defense like that, it gets tipped. There's a good chance it's getting picked off, and we've seen, tough way to start the second half for the Alta offense. You was hoping maybe you would see a little bit more run game, but not committed to that. They want to keep throwing it. Tough against that defense.
Dramatic change from their first 2 drives that put them up 9-0 early. Since then, they've been outscored 17-7. Here's a punt from their own end zone. Makes its way out to the 45, rolls now to Olympus' side of the 45, and will be downed at the 42.
Well, we've got a flag, it looks like, about the 30-yard line. Bear Turner kicks for Alta, and I remember as a freshman coming in,
Let's see what the call is going to be.
Puts a lot of pressure on the Alta defense.
Looks to be against the Titans. And so the ball was marked down at the 42.5-yard line. So they'll be driven back from there. And it's going to go all the way back now to the 23. Excuse me, 27-yard line.
That's a big penalty.
After the penalty. So Olympus would have had really good starting field position, now back inside their own 30. So coming off a dramatic touchdown to Luke Campbell, Titans looking to go back-to-back in the end zone for the first time tonight. Matsumori with the early motion, looking to get a screen play going up the middle. Jukes his way around some defenders, weaves his way out to the outside, stiff arm works his way out to the 33. Oh, and there's a late hit that once again you just hate to see if you're this Alta defense.
Case Santori just loses his his spatial, he needs to know where he's at on the field, and he was. I mean, it was obviously a late hit. Really good effort there by Matsumori. Picked up 9 and then picks up.
We've seen a couple of those screen plays they have designed to the right, and their receivers have been able to put on some moves and get themselves out in open boundary to the left.
Yeah, it was kind of a little tunnel screen, and Alta's defensive line did a good job of retracing, getting back, but just unable to get hands on Matsumori. And, the Alta defense has been put in a tough spot here in this second half. This is the third time that they've been on the field.
1st and 10 from the 48. Allred following his blocks, drags some defenders with him for a gain of 2 as they reach into Hawks territory at the 49.5-yard line.
Again, a good patient run. He waited, didn't have a whole lot there. Snell did a good job of setting the edge. He had to bounce it, but still patient, picks up 2 or 3 yards. And you're at least gaining yards, right? You're moving the ball down the field.
Farron in the backfield. It's going to be an RPO, quick slant out to the right. It's caught. And another flag now on the near boundary, as looks like we have a player down in the backfield on this Alta defense. And I think it might be Liam Rowley.
Yeah, I think that is Rowley. And I'm not sure. The official that threw the flag was standing right in front of the Alta bench, and so
he's saying it's an ineligible receiver downfield for the Titans, but it's going to be a timeout as Liam is down the field. Looks to be cramps of some sort is my guess.
A couple of years ago, they made a concerted effort, the officials did, of calling that. The RPO was getting to the point where you were getting guys in high school and college games that were 4 or 5 yards down the field, and nobody was getting called for it. And so 2 years ago, it was part of their training that we're going to call that a lot more. And so you've seen that a bit more in the last year or two at the high school and college level. Those linemen getting downfield, they're finally getting called for it.
Good to see Liam get up. From my vantage point, it looked to be just cramps, but could be something else. So we saw Alta defense penalize themselves. Now Olympus returning the favor as they set themselves back 5 yards to their own 45 for 2nd and 13.
And, Alta's run 3 offensive plays. We've got 5 minutes left here in this third quarter is also a good job by Olympus controlling the clock.
And there is a catch out to the far side of the field in the opposite 45. Back into Alta territory. It looks to be Adam Bywater once again on the reception.
Yeah, good job there. He rolls out to the wide side of the field. Bywater runs about a 17-yard go route, sets it back, runs the comeback route at about 15 yards, catches it, sets up a 3rd and short.
Here's Farron in shotgun. Motion by Matsumori left to right. Now he's going to kick it back out. Farron's going to check with his line. 5 on the play clock. Now they go. Here's Allred up the gut. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he got it.
Good play call there. I like how patient the Olympus offense is being, and they're happy with 2, 3, 4 yards. My old head coach, if he could hear me right now, he used to tell me, run the ball all the time too. But man, when you see an offensive coordinator make a concerted effort to run the football and then have success, it's a good thing to see. And Olympus is doing a good job offensively in this second half.
Handoff once again to Allred up the middle, and he just takes defenders with him. Gain of about 5 as they go down to the 35 now. Olympus methodical as ever, and this is looking like the offense that Alta had when they opened up the game in the first.
Yeah, and they're bringing Logan Shuck in, big offensive lineman, to try and anchor that nose guard position as Olympus has started to run the ball. They run a couple of wraps where they just take the guard and wrap him up to the opposite side backer, and done a pretty good job.
Farron with a quick pass out to Matsumori is incomplete as the ball was too low, so that'll set up a 3rd and short.
just looked like he didn't quite have a hold of the ball. And sometimes on those quick throws, you tell your quarterback, don't worry about the laces, catch it and throw it. It looked like he just didn't have good hold of it.
Quick drop out of the huddle. Here's a handoff up the right side for a first down and more. Trucking defenders on the right side, Easton Zito. And what a run that time by the Titans. Sets things up real nice.
Olympus starting to really impose their will on that offensive line, and fortunately now for Alta, Liam Rowley coming back into the ball game. But, oh boy, Alta's defensive line, they're starting to get a little bit tired. They've been on the field a lot this second half.
Just at the border of the red zone here on the 20-yard line. Olympus looking real good coming out of the half, especially after that disastrous scoop and score against them to start things off here in the third. Low pass by Farron, though, is incomplete, and we've got another flag down on the field.
It looked like it looked to me like there was a double move option for McAllister on the outside, and Alta, one of the linebackers, jumped the route. So he tried to pull it back, and it just came out of his hand.
And this amount of laundry on the field sure to come up in meetings next week for this Alta team, because it has really just set them back.
Yeah, especially when you're getting beat physically up front, and then on top of that, you're giving them 5 and 10 yards after the play. I think you're going to get, they're double teaming McAllister at the top, which means probably going to keep running the ball. I mean, Alta's got 4 against 3 here, 2 up top. They're going to run this.
First and goal from the 10. Farron's going to keep it right up the gut. Gets close to about the 6-yard line. So once again, slowly chipping away at the old block. Gets them 4 more as we reach under 4 now here in the third.
And Olympus has kind of changed their game plan a little bit from what we saw early in the first half. They're just running downhill. They're just pushing Alta's defensive line around a little bit right now. Brought in an extra lineman, and DB's coming off. So now Alta's in straight man coverage.
Farron asking Allred to get out.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty.
And they've got to call a timeout after that confusion. We'll take it with them. Just about 3 minutes left here in the third as Olympus looks to capitalize on their 1-point lead here in the red zone.
The 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander Trail Edition.
Have you ever wanted to get $2,000 more for your trade-in? Well, now you can with the power of 3. 1. Go to kbb.com or kellybluebook.com. 2. Put your VIN number and your miles in and get the value on your vehicle. And 3. Get into Generous Auto in the Sandy Southtown Auto Mall where we're giving you $2,000.
Welcome back out to Olympus High School as the home team Titans look to score and increase upon their 1-point lead here. Second and goal from the 6. Farron with a handoff to Allred, up the middle, cuts it up, maybe gets to about the 4 or 3 before that Alta defense stops him. So the Hawks looking to get a big stop here in the red zone, but Olympus really just running the ball away, especially up the gut.
Now that time Alta loaded the box up. They had press man cover 0, so no safety. They brought the safety down in the box, and a good job that time up front. We'll see play action. You might get McAllister on a slant route on that far side.
Big third down and goal from the 3. Farron finally gets the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Allred up the right side for a touchdown. Nobody's there to stop him, and Olympus now up by 7.
Maybe the best drive of the night for Olympus. They started deep in their own territory. They ran the ball, and they took chunks, a couple of penalties on Alta that really hurt Alta. But great play calling, great execution, and Olympus in control of the ballgame.
Titans have come back from being down 9-0 And with this PAT right here, it would be a 24-7 run, which it is since the PAT is up and in.
Another penalty flag on the field will probably put that onto the kickoff.
Yeah, let's see what they call right here. But, wow, what a comeback here from the Titans, especially after such a rough first start.
Well, I think, they made some adjustments. They saw what Alta was doing offensively. They adjusted their defense to really force Alta to do some things that maybe they're not comfortable doing. And then offensively, they've done a really good job. After those first 2 runs in this second half where they tried to get outside, they've just kept that ball inside on wrap and inside zone and really have just owned the line of scrimmage. And Alta's got to do something to change the momentum because at this point it's all green.
Alta got that scoop and score to start things off in the third, and you would have thought that would have boosted their momentum in drastic ways. But since then, that Titan offense has just rebounded in a way that I don't think any of us were expecting.
Well, and the other thing is it's really hard to put this all on the Alta defense because they've been out here the entire quarter. The offense has run 3 plays total, a little screen to the outside, and a couple of incomplete passes, and the defense is on the field the whole quarter. So the offense has got to do something where they maintain a drive. They've got to have a couple of first downs. They've got to give this defense some rest. It'd be nice for Alta to be able to get in the end zone and get some points on the board, but if they go another 3 and out, they're not helping their defense out at all.
Olympus scored 52 against East in their win in the second game of the year, which obviously East having a really down year. Besides that, this is the first time Olympus has scored more than 14 points against any other opponent.
Yeah, it's they've had some short fields, but that last drive they went the distance. See what Alta comes up with offensively here.
Alta with some ground to make up, but still only down 1 possession after 2 back-to-back touchdown drives by this Titan team.
And you've got to find ways to get your playmakers the ball. Bear Strong hasn't touched the ball very much. Evan Morton, speedster, hasn't really touched it too much. And schematically, I mean, you look again, Olympus has got everybody in pass coverage and 4 guys in the box. Now they move back to with 5, but still 5 guys in the box. You need to run the football.
Brown gets the snap, looking to pass. Nobody's open. He's going to roll out. Pass is almost intercepted, and then it is. Adam Bywater off the tip up the middle once again. He has taken over this game here in Holiday.
Fantastic job by Bywater. And again, you're running guys across the middle of the field, and the ball gets tipped, and you got 8 guys in coverage. We've said it already a number of times. It's going to get intercepted. You've got to put your kids in a position to be successful, and right now things have been tough for Tucker Brown.
Brown came into this game with only 3 interceptions on the season. He now matches that total in this game alone. 3 picks now against Olympus.
But again, it's the play calling. You got 5 guys in the box. If you run the football, you move the ball down the field, and you force Olympus to do something different defensively. But at this point, Alta hasn't done anything to get Olympus out of that coverage.
There's another handoff to Allred. He's wide open up the right side. Weaves his way around, still stays in bounds at the 20, dragging defenders near the 15. My goodness, what a turnaround and physicality for this Titan squad.
Yeah, and this Alta defense, they're gassed. You can see that their heads are down a little bit. They're tired. They've been on the field the entire quarter. The offense has run a grand total of 4 plays, and you only have so much in the tank, and especially, when they're pounding the ball, they're running the ball on you. You've got to be able to give that defense a rest a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 15. Titans have just dominated the clock here in this third. Handoff to Allred once again. This time he's met by that defensive line as he is tackled at the line of scrimmage. Flags fly once again.
Looks like Case and Torrey again, a little bit of late action. I mean, I saw it. I think that's a little ticky-tack, but Case has got to hold back. He's got to be smarter than that.
And this is getting to a point where it's penalties almost on really every third or fourth play for this defense. I mean, this has to be coming up as a topic number 1 or 2 next week in practice.
Yeah, it's tough. You get frustrated. You're on the field, and nothing seems to be going right. And every little thing you do, you get flagged for. It's been tough for this Alta defense. But again, you know, you've got to put them in a position to be successful on offense and keep that defense off the field for a little bit. So let's see if they dig deep, come up with a big play right here.
Here's a handoff up the right side and into the end zone for a touchdown. It's all Titans as Easton Zito hits the end zone for 6 more.
And again, a really good job that time, play calling. Alta blitzes off the Olympus left side. They have the play call to the right. Really good job of making the blocks on that right side of the offensive line for Olympus. And really, the Olympus offensive line has taken over the ballgame.
With this PAT, it would be a 21-point third quarter.
And that includes a couple of really long fields.
PAT is up and in. And the Titans control as they now lead it 31-16 here on the Rewind Sports Network.
Welcome back to the UCCU Saving Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
Welcome back out to Mark H. Manning Stadium. As we remind you, this game on the Rewind Sports Network is brought to you by Generous Auto. Get $2,000 more for your trade-in at Generous Auto. Check your vehicle's value on kbb.com. Then bring it to Generous Auto at the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy for $2,000 over KBB. Generous Auto, creating smiles for miles. Nate Thatcher alongside Dave Harrison here, as we have just seen the script completely flip from when we first started here at 7. And now the Titans really control their home field in dramatic fashion with an offense that just looks like the complete opposite of what they started out as in that first quarter. Here's a nice return by Fabrizio out to the 27-yard line. That should help this Alta offense get things going here at the end of the third.
See if they can't get kick started. You have to understand as offensive coordinator, you're not going to make up a 2-touchdown deficit in 1 play or 2 plays. You've got to be patient. You've got to trust your kids to make the plays. You've got to put them in a position where the play that you call has a chance for success. And you know, again, we've got 3 safeties 12 yards off the ball for Olympus.
Here's Brown looking to pass once again up the middle. It's caught. Nice catch that time made by Evan Morton. Easy first down, gain of 11. Something you want to see if you're Alta offense.
A good job that time. Tucker got the ball out quick, a nice route. But again, it's a really tight window that he's throwing into, and you'll get some of those, but there's got to be more, right? Olympus is fine with that. They're fine with you taking a little 5-yard.
He's going to go with the wheel route to the running back, and it's absolutely blown up near the line of scrimmage. Great tackle that time by Matsumori, the 2-way player, and that'll end things here in the third quarter as Olympus leads at 31-16 here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.
Watch out! It's an avalanche of deals coming right at you. Get 2 Icon season ski passes with a new vehicle purchase from Riverton Chevy. We're shredding the competition with SUVs starting at $299 a month and nothing down. Get a Silverado for as low as $42,500 or save up to $12,000. These are iconic offers from Utah's iconic Chevy dealer, Riverton Chevy.
The Chevyweight Champ, Riverton Chevy.
Get the latest Nordica skis and boots at the best ski shop in Utah, the Lift House.
Welcome back as we begin fourth quarter action here at Mark H. Manning Stadium at Olympus High School, where the Titans have gone on a 31-7 run after trailing 9-0 at the end of the first. Nate Thatcher alongside Dave Harrison as Alta looks to cut back into this lead and get themselves back in this game. There's a handoff. Nice one up the right side for a first down. Great way to start off the fourth quarter if you're Alta.
First run of the second half with 11:52 left in the ball game. Good job that time by the right side of the offensive line for Alta. Down block, able to get to the outside. And again, when you're running against a 5-man box, that's what you should be able to do. And again, Olympus sitting back in that same defense, they're basically telling Alta, here, take 5 yards every time you run it.
Here's another run, right up the gut. Beautiful play as it gets more than just a couple. A nice first down and a great run that time by Cortland Cole.
Again, getting downhill against the 5-man box, that's good offense. Keep after it. Stay with it. At Olympus, they're not changing anything. They're like, look, we got a 2-touchdown lead. We're going to give you this. See if Alta keeps taking it.
There's another handoff. Here's Cole up the left side. He's met by that defensive line. Maybe a gain of 1.
On that time, Nagata again with a nice play for Olympus on that interior of the offensive line or defensive line. And he's the nose guard, so typically you're going to get a double team combo on him, and then the guard will slide off to a linebacker. They've got to control that nose guard to keep their run game going.
When do you consider time a factor, especially running the ball when you're trying to come from behind?
Once you get under 3 minutes, maybe.
Here's Cole once again off that left side, met by that defensive line. So after a couple really good run plays, maybe a gain of 2 through 2 plays.
And again, that's good individual effort by the defensive line there. Again, Inada requires a double team. It gives that extra linebacker a chance to get downhill and make a play. So 3rd and 7, it's manageable. I think, you ask the question, when do you stop running the ball? Man, if you're picking up 10 yards or 5 yards, keep running it until really you're under 2 or 3 minutes and it's a 1-score game. Just keep running the ball.
Now it's an empty set, 3 to the left and 2 to the right on a 3rd and 7. Brown fumbles the snap for a moment, recollects. Now he's going to run off the right side. And he gets close to the 20-yard line for a first down.
And Alta loves the empty set. They've been in empty maybe a quarter of the time tonight. And that time, Olympus dropped everybody wide, and there was nobody right down the middle. So, you'll see with some running quarterbacks, they'll go empty, and then go quarterback draw, just because there's nobody in the middle of the field to account for the quarterback, and Tucker could run the ball.
So they're going to say it's a 4th and 1.
Ooh.
He stepped out of bounds at the 25, and they're going empty on this. This is a critical 4th down.
There's your quarterback draw.
Brown's going to keep it, and he's going to get a first down as he slides near the 20.
Good job by Tucker there. He maybe could have picked up a few more yards, but he dislocated his shoulder a few weeks ago, and I think he's probably trying to minimize the number of hits. Fortunately for him, it was his left shoulder, his non-throwing shoulder.
1st and 10 from the 22. Alta looking to come back. Cortland Cole off the right side. Makes a defender miss and gets tackled near the 10.
And now you see Alta's offensive line. They're starting to run downhill. They're starting to make some blocks, starting to get some confidence. And so, it's good to see that Alta's kind of figured out that Olympus is going to let you run the ball. You've got to take what they're giving you.
1st and 10 now at the 11. Reminder, our clock is unofficial. We'll try and keep it as close as possible. This will be a big down for the Hawks. Brown in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off once again. Cole is met, though, in the backfield. That defensive line stepped up big time. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
It looked like an RPO by the design, but I don't think Tucker read that defensive end that time. If he was actually reading that to pull, I think he's got plenty of room to run right there. I like that they're still running the ball, though. Don't be afraid to run the ball against the 5-man box. You might not win every single down, but that's what they're giving you. I mean, they're still 2 safeties deep, and you're at the 14-yard line.
2nd and 11 at the 13. Brown's going to take the snap, looking to find his receiver on the right. It's his running back. Another flag on the play. They've gone to that play multiple times now in the second half, and it's gone absolutely nowhere. Yeah. And it looks like it's going to be a hold against the offense that'll set him back another 10 yards.
Oh, they've run that, I think, 7 times, that same play where they kind of run that follow route with the rail behind out of the backfield from the running back, and he's just been getting blown up. Those DBs are just sitting there waiting for him. Now they're in a little bit of a tough spot because you've got 2nd and long, and likely you're going to see the same shell defense from the Titans. Yep, a really light box.
2nd and 21, ball on the 23-yard line. Brown gets it, quick pass up the middle. Weave their way down to about the 17 or 16-yard line. Nice catch that time by Cortland Cole.
You like a nice little screen in the middle to the running back. You like to see your quarterback drop, set his feet, and then secondary throw to the receiver. He almost threw it all in the same motion to his running back on that screen. It doesn't allow that defensive line to get upfield as much as you'd like, but still a nice pickup. Still, you got 3rd and 14, and they're giving him a run box. They're telling him, we dare you to run it.
This is definitely 4th down territory. Early motion by Cole.
Run
Here's
the ball.
Brown looking to pass. He's pressured. Finds Cole on that right side, but once again, defense is there, and that's going to set up a 4th and long.
Yeah, you've got to have an answer to this defense. You've got to have something other than that one play. And
it looks like they're going for a field goal here, which you have about 7.5 minutes left. It's doable, but that's a tough blow, especially with that holding penalty. It sets you back, and Alta just couldn't recover.
Yeah, the likelihood of converting on a 4th and 17 is pretty low. And when you've got the best kicker in the state, you take the 3.
So here's Jack McAllister looking to go 2 for 2 on the night, and it's blocked. Everything going right for the boys in green.
And again, just individual effort. You got one guy beats his block on the inside and comes up, makes a huge stop. The reality is, even if he does make that field goal, it's still a 2-possession game, and so that's not really going to kill you. It was nice to see Alta move the ball down the field. It was nice to see him run the ball a little bit, take what the defense has given you, but you'd like to come away with points there. And a great stop there by Olympus, and they've just kind of set up this bend but don't break defense, and they've bend, but they haven't broken.
That's a great analogy for what they've done tonight, especially impressive with the amount of turnovers they've caused. 3 interceptions on the night, 2 by Bywater. I mean, you'd really think after Alta capitalized on their turnover, they would have taken control, but it's been the exact opposite. As Allred gets a run, and maybe gets up to about the 18 or 19-yard line.
And now you're just gonna see Olympus. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna snap the ball with maybe 5 seconds. At least that's what they should do. Get that clock burning as fast as you can. And to be fair to Tucker Brown, he's got the 3 interceptions, but he's throwing man routes against the cover 4 zone defense, and balls are tipped, and so it's kind of a team effort on the offense. Those picks.
Brown's actually looking to pass. He's got a receiver out there, and it's intercepted. A play right as the Hawks needed it. It's Riker Ellis, the defensive back, but a flag on the field.
That is a big-time play right there. Riker Ellis goes up and high points it. Now, I'm not sure what the penalty is. Boy, that would be a killer if it was against the Alta defense.
And they're showing frustration. But the Olympus defense is out on the field. Let's see what the call is.
So they're calling, it looks to me like they're going to call a celebration penalty probably.
Yeah, it looks like they said after the play. So it will be the Hawks' ball, but it's going to set them back a couple yards. I mean, you just have to be grateful, though, if you're Alta, that you have another shot at this.
Yeah, that's a big-time play by Riker Ellis. Somebody said something after the play, it seems like, for Alta. And a little different look up front for Olympus defensively now. You've got 6 guys in the box, a man coverage with no safety. This is when you send Bear Strong deep.
And it's a fake handoff. Reception is caught in the flat, and Strong is moving his way out near the 45 and out of bounds. So a great start that time for Bear and company as they get a first down easy.
Yeah, get the ball to your best guy. He makes a nice, a nice little 3 or 4 yard throw. And Strong makes a nice move, gets to the outside, picks up a first down.
Gain of 14 sets them up at the Olympus 45.
Now Olympus with the even front, but again, it looks like they're dropping to a cover 3 or cover 4 shell, which
here's a quick pass once again. That flat is absolutely covered, but still Morton able to gain about 3 or 4 on the play.
Yeah, nice, good reverse pivot move there from Evan Morton after the catch. Kind of turned nothing into something. It looked to me like he had Strong on the corner route. They ran smash there. And again, he's got to hit a hole shot there because that corner's deep. They may come back to that. You got cover 2 now. Again, still a light box. Even though it's a 4-man front, you've only got 5 in the box.
Brown now looking to go deep. He does, and a flag will be thrown as that's an early pass interference.
Yeah. Flags are coming in from everywhere there, and it looks like Bear Strong was just trying to break to the outside on the corner route. Got grabbed around the shoulder pad. So Alta's got 35 yards and 14 seconds off the clock is all. But again, it's just a 2-possession game. If they can score, go for 2, score for go for 2 again, they win the game.
It'll be interesting to see if they decide to go for 2, if they want to play it safe and do a PAT.
They're playing McAllister over Bear Strong, so they're putting their best player over the Hawks' best player.
Brown's pressured. He's going to roll out to his left. He's got room as he runs out near the 20-yard line. Gain of about 9 on the play. Let's see if they give him the first down.
Good job that time by Tucker. He's got to make some plays like that with his legs as well. There's opportunity for him to run the ball. We saw him with a nice quarterback draw out of empty on 4th down to pick up the first. Nice scramble there. Brings up second short, gets out of bounds, stops the clock. So Alta's moved the ball without really burning a ton of clock on this drive.
2nd and 1, ball on the 20. Brown once again looking to pass. He's going for the end zone, and it is intercepted. Oh, no, they're going to say it's out of bounds. It's incomplete.
Oh. His toes must have just barely touched the sideline. But the official was right there.
Wow, that was quite the save if you're a Hawks fan. because now you still have a chance, but that would have been a disastrous turnover if it was the 4th interception for Brown.
And they keep kind of going back to the same play over and over. They've got to mix it up. They've got to have something off of that, maybe a little double move. And again, Olympus sitting back in that shell. Alta did a really good job on their last drive of running the ball. And now they've got some personnel issues.
Oh, and that just was disastrous on all fronts. But a timeout's going to be called before any flag can be thrown. We'll take the timeout with them. It's 31-16. Olympus leads Alta with just under 6 to go here in the 4th.
The 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander Trail Edition.
Have you ever wanted to get $2,000 more for your trade-in? Well, now you can with the power of 3. 1. Go to kbb.com or kellybluebook.com. 2. Put your VIN number and your miles in and get the value on your vehicle. And 3. Get into Generous Auto in the Sandy Southtown Auto Mall, where we're giving you $2,000 more than KBB for your trade-in. GenerousAuto.com, Sandy Southtown Auto Mall, creating smiles for miles.
Welcome back to Olympus High School. It's a 3rd and 1 for Alta after they called a timeout to avoid a penalty. Let's see if they can find a first down right here. It's going to be a run right up the gut. It's Cortland Colin Moore down to the 8. A great run that time by number 21.
Great job there by the offensive line, the left side of the offensive line for the Hawks, led by Coulter Fullwood. And Alta back in business.
They got some momentum. A touchdown here would be huge. You'd have to think this is 4-down territory. Here's Brown in the backfield. Gets the snap. He's going to hand off to Cole once again up the left side, down to the 4 to the 3.
Oh.
But we've got a flag on the play.
Again, another really good job this time. Shuck and Fullwood on this side, blocking down.
It looks to be a face mask against the Titans. I think we've seen more yellow tonight than even green and black.
I think we were calling an Orem game.
Yeah, wow. Jeez.
This feels like Orem East, as many penalties as we got.
So that'll help Alta just a little bit here, as it'll put them, well, it looks to be the 2-yard line here.
And they're still trying to get personnel set for the offense. And now they're just going power. They're going jumbo package. They're going to try and push it over the goal line.
1st and goal from the 2. Brown, handoff, behind, and into the end zone for a touchdown. Just what the Hawks needed.
Bennett Coaster hammers the ball in. He's just started playing some running back. He's more of a defensive player, and he's hurt in the end zone. But a big-time drive for the Hawks there. Less than a minute off the game clock. They pick up the touchdown. Interesting to see if they're going to go for 1 or 2 here.
They'll decide that while they help the injured player in the end zone. We'll take a timeout while they attend to him. Actually, we'll stay right here. He's able to hop back up. But a great job that time by the Hawks to come back into this one. It looks like it was Bennett Coaster who went down.
Yeah, and again,
nice to see him walking.
Bennett, a really good linebacker because of the injury to Trevor Cook. Bennett's had to play some running back. Did a pretty good job there, just pounding the ball in, and I like that. That's the best drive we've seen by Alta here
since
in
that
this.
first one in the first.
Really, yeah, since the very first drive of the game.
So they're just going to go for the PAT, but the snap is faulty, and that is disastrous because it keeps it a 2-possession game. Unbelievable.
Boy, they had one blocked, and now they missed the snap. Special teams are.
It's especially hurtful when you have a kicker like Jack McAllister, who really is a go-to guy in every situation, and now you haven't been able to use him. That's 4 points off the board they could have used.
Yeah, and not only that, but by not getting that extra point, it's a 2-possession game again. So great job. You got down, you got the end zone, but you've got to finish.
You'd have to think that what we thought was going to happen on the last Olympus drive where they would just run it will happen now as they know they're safe up 2 possessions. But, I mean, we did see Preston Farron try to throw it deep, and it ended up being picked off. I mean, you'd like to think they're playing it safe, but Olympus showed on the last time they're throwing it still.
Yeah, I imagine that Coach Burt probably told his offensive coordinator, don't do that again. I know that because I've had that said to me, don't do that again, Coach.
Yep.
What kind of call was that? So we'll see if Alta tries for the onside kick. I think you've got to at this point. Yeah, because even though you scored the touchdown, you still have to have 2 possessions with the ball, and you've only got 2 timeouts. You had to burn 1 because of personnel. So we'll see if Jack McAllister can put a good bounce on this. Olympus running guys on late.
And here we go for kickoff. As every team finally has all their players, it's going to be a short one. It's going to be a squib. Ball is recovered near the 25-yard line for the Titans. So 5:20 left here in the 4th. Alta with 2 timeouts, the Titans with 2 timeouts. If you were on Alta's sideline, would you use them here on this possession?
No, you wait until you're about 3 minutes in the game before you start calling your timeouts. You never know what will happen with your defense. They might be able to come up with something. They might throw an incomplete pass, But regardless, you're going to get down. Even if you make 3 complete, stops, you're not going to get the ball back with much more than 4 minutes left.
Critical drive for the Titans right here. Allred got some room out to the right. It's a first down as he reaches the 38-yard line. Nice run to start off the drive for Olympus, and you have to imagine that's just going to be the go-to this entire way.
Yeah, and Alta's got to just load the box, bring their safeties down, and you have to stop the run. You can't let them get another first down.
Play clock's, of course, going to wind down as Olympus tries to drain this clock as we're now under 5 here in the 4th. Farron in the backfield just waiting for that clock to go down. He does. It's another handoff. Allred now going left. Gets his way past a couple of defenders as he goes out to the 42.
Well, Alta might if they, you can't give up 5 yards of rush. But still a chance. And as an offensive coordinator, you love when your 4-minute offense works. When you can run the ball against a defense that knows you have to run the ball and that you're going to run the ball, that's a satisfying situation for Olympus.
2nd and 6. Now as we reach 4 minutes to go here in the 4th. It's going to be a halfback toss to the left.
My gosh.
Allred fumbled it. He might have recovered it, though.
Yeah.
And it looks like he did. That could have been disastrous for the Titans.
Man, just ball handling problems there in the backfield. Farrah turns and pitches it, and it looked like it was a good pitch. Running back bobbled it. They're fortunate that wasn't another turnover.
So now we're under 4, but it's a 3rd and 8. Do you think they go for it right here to try and keep draining the clock, or are they just going to keep running?
You're better off keeping that clock running because it's at least a minute if you can keep that clock running between now and the time Alta gets possession of the ball, regardless of whether you get 0 yards or more.
Clock will stop as a timeout will be called. We'll take it with them. Just about 3.5 minutes left to go here in the 4th. Alta looking to spark a miraculous comeback as they trail by 9.
Welcome back to the UCCU Saving Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
Welcome back out to Mark H. Manning Stadium, as it's a crucial third down here for Olympus if they want to keep draining this clock. And it looks to be like Farron's going to be in an empty set, so we thought they'd run the ball, but
he's got to run it. He's got to run a quarterback draw here. I can't imagine he's going to throw the ball.
He's going to pass. And he's got a receiver out there. It's Bywater, and it's caught as he reaches out to the 50 for a crucial first down.
That's big time right there. Now, Alta's used another one of their – no, they've got 2 timeouts left. They're going to have to use them right here on first and second. Hope they get the stop, maybe get the ball back with about 2 minutes left. But, man, missing that extra point really put them behind the 8 ball.
So now we're under 3. Titans in full control as they rolled the dice and passed on a 3rd and 8 and got it. Thanks to their star player, Adam Bywater. Hand off to Allred off the left side. He's got room and more! To the 30! To the 20! To the 10! Night, goodbye! Touchdown, Titans!
That's an exclamation point for Olympus. They really controlled this second half, and it's kind of icing on the cake there. They were looking just to run the clock out, put another 6 up.
An amazing offensive display in a season where they just haven't seen it at all this season. It explodes in their first region game as the Titans just 2 minutes and 41 seconds away from going 1-0 here in Region 6. PAT is up and through. Olympus leading it now 38-22 here on the Rewind Sports Network as we look to close this thing down here at Mark H. Manning Stadium.
With a tab spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Watch out! It's an avalanche of deals coming right at you. Get 2 Icon season ski passes with a new vehicle purchase from Riverton Chevy. We're shredding the competition with SUVs starting at $299 a month and nothing down. Get a Silverado for as low as $42,500 or save up to $12,000. These are iconic offers from Utah's iconic Chevy dealer, Riverton Chevy.
The Chevyweight Champ, Riverton Chevy.
We're back here at Olympus High School as the Titans have just gone on an absolutely dominating run here in the second half. Just could not be stopped on the offensive side of the ball. And Dave, we saw a mix of pass, but it was really their dominance in the run game that just set everything up for them.
Well, they figured out that that's what Alta was giving them. They did a nice job of play calling, occasionally getting the ball out. Farron got the ball out of the pocket a couple times. Some good throws to Bywater. But really, that offensive line for Olympus set the tone. And you know, they had the ball all but about a minute and a half of that third quarter. And that's a tough position for a defense to be on the field that long.
It's just hard to imagine that this is what the game would turn out, especially after Olympus's first possession in that third quarter when Alta retook the lead to go up 16-10. Fabrizio fumbles it for a moment, but he's going to call a fair catch. It'll go into the end zone. So if you're Alta moving forward, you start 0-1 in region play. Next week, they'll be at home against Woods Cross. So their final 4 games, 3 of the 4 will be at home. After Woods Cross, they'll go on the road at Bountiful and finish with Viewmont and Brighton in Sandy.
Woods Cross is surprisingly a better team. They've got a little bit of a unique offense for here in the state, but they've played really good football this year, and Alta's got to fix some things. And I think that they're going to see defensive coordinators are going to see what defense Olympus played, and they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna make Alta try and throw the ball or run the ball.
Looks to be an air attack, obviously, by Alta to just try and get some points quickly on the board, but an incomplete pass. Intended receiver that time was Cortland Cole, who's been very active here in this second half. Didn't get a lot of carries in that first, but, I mean, he's made it worth it, but they're going to him both in the rushing game and the passing game.
They've kind of gone to that same smash concept a number of times here in the second half to the short side of the field with limited success. And, you know, in this situation, still a two-possession game.
Brown looking to pass. Quick slant, and it is almost intercepted once again. These receivers have tipped balls almost everywhere. Intercepted that time almost by Beckham Birdsley.
Yeah, and Tucker Brown, he's going to look at his stat line. He's going to see he's got 3 picks and maybe 1 or 2 other ones that could have been picked off. But, man, he's hitting his guys in the hands, and they're just not hanging on. That and the fact that, you know, running routes into a 8-man defense on the backside it's tough.
Sets up a 3rd and 10. Once again, an empty set. Brown's going to keep it. Going up the middle, weaving his way past a couple defenders, but he's down at the 25, so only a gain of 5 on that one.
Yeah, he took a shot there at the end. And Alta's going to let the clock run. 4th down.
You can tell
3rd down, sorry.
Brown just kind of struggling with that shoulder. Obviously, you mentioned injured it a couple games ago. And, I mean, and that's hard as a quarterback to have, even if it's not your throwing shoulder. I mean, it's just that is a really tough injury to persevere through. And it's pretty impressive to see him just go and power through that.
Yeah, and he's a real competitor. He's a tough kid. He wants to be out there. He's not afraid to get hit, but it does hurt, and it limits you a bit.
4th and 5, intercepted, and this will be a pick 6. Will Taylor. And Olympus has just lit up the board here in Region 5. They put their stamp mark here tonight to show this is not the same team that they've been this last month. Wow.
You know, you run the same play over and over and over, and the defense sees it, and you haven't run anything else off of that same look. He jumps that route, that back out of the backfield's got hit a couple of times. This time it's a pick 6. Great job for the Olympus defense. They came out and really shut Alta down outside of the first drive of the game.
An unbelievable second half for the Titans as they look to repeat what they did last year in winning region. They tied for first last year with a 7-4 record. And it looks like they're really doing the same thing. It's a slow start in the non-region games, and it seems like they really find themselves when it comes to late September.
Well, and Olympus has always been really well coached. They've done a good job for years and years. In the last, 3 years ago, we came up here when I was coaching at Alta, lost in a 4 overtime game. And it was just great coaching on both sides of the ball. And these guys, they've done a really good job for years. Brandon Burt's always done a really, really good job, a well-coached team, and a well-deserved win tonight for the Titans.
We talked about Alta moving forward after this game. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they'll go on the road to play Brighton next week, followed by a home game at Viewmont, and then 2 games on the road against Woods Cross and Bountiful. A small region, but, this is a very tight region as well. You mentioned Woods Cross, obviously better. Brighton used to be a very big powerhouse, but it's a wide-open region, it seems like, every year.
Yeah, Brighton's off a little bit. They're not quite as good. Olympus hasn't been quite as good this year. Alta's a little bit off. Bountiful's down, state championship last year. Viewmont, there's a chance for one of these teams to really kind of rise and take advantage of the smaller region and maybe not quite as strong regions they've played in the past. And Olympus looks like they've taken a step in the right direction. And
like I've said before, that step just seemed to happen mid-game. it looked like early on this was the Olympus we've seen the past couple weeks. Alta seemed to have turned things together with a nice methodical drive to start things out, and just the table has just turned on itself. And now we're seeing, as we finish this game, Olympus is set up real nice for region play, and Alta might have a lot of questions here, especially in the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, especially, you're going to get defensive coordinators looking at this game film, and they're going to see that just sit back in a zone defense and keep everything Alta in front of you because, their strength, they've got a couple of receivers that could really stretch the field. Tucker's got a great arm. He can get the ball down the field, but when you've got cover 4 and, 3 linebackers below that, it's tough to throw the ball. You've got to have a little bit more of a balanced attack.
A tough game for Tucker Brown. 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, 1 for a pick 6. I mean, we just mentioned on that last drive before the interception, he's just battling through a lot. I mean.
Well, he's hurt, and
yeah.
You run the same play. I think they've run that play 8 times this game at least, and Olympus has seen it. They're going to jump that. There's not a whole lot you can ask of your kids more than what they're given.
Here's just a run up the gut by Cole as he gains about 4 on the play. He'll set up a 2nd and 6, so Alta just looking to get out of here with a run. Not worried about any passing plays or anything like that. And we talked about Olympus was dealing with quarterback problems coming into this one. Preston Farron, the junior, taking over, coming in this with under 60% completion percentage with a 1-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. And, they did run the ball, but he actually threw a couple nice throws to Luke Campbell in the end zone. Yeah, Adam Bywater on the right side. What do you have to say about his game tonight?
Well, I like the way he threw the ball on the run. They did a good job, their coaches, of putting him in a position where he was going to be successful. And Bywater's a fantastic player. You get the ball to him, he's going to make something good happen. But when you have an offensive line that dominates, it's so much easier to be a good quarterback. And it's so much easier to be a good offensive coordinator when your guys are winning up front. So, the one thing I know Coach Burdett is going to do a good job of coming back, getting the kids ready for next week, overcoming, adversity. That's something that good coaches will do, and I'm confident he'll be able to make some adjustments, and they'll come back stronger next week.
Clock will stop for just a moment as it resets. I don't know if we'll get another play off.
That's it.
Looks like that'll do it for this evening. The Titans with an amazing second half comeback to win this one 45-22 when Alta after the first was leading 9-0. Just an absolutely dominant second half performance. And that'll lead us into our Tab Bank helmet sticker. And Dave, who do we want to give this helmet sticker out to tonight for the Titans?
I think there's a lot of really positives that you can say about the Olympus Titans tonight, but I think Adam Bywater would be the one that I would give the sticker to. He did a great job offensively, defensively. They put him over the top of Bear Strong, Alta's best receiver. He was able to shut him down, and so Adam Bywater's my pick.
Yeah, touchdown early on, 2 interceptions. I mean, we talked about it in the first half. He's committed to play at BYU, Power 4 school, and you can just see a difference a player like that makes on a team when, I mean, it's not – I won't say it's rare, but it's just a nice commodity to have when you have a P4 player on your high school roster.
Yeah, it really is, and especially somebody that's athletic enough to be able to play both sides of the ball and dominate on both sides of the ball. So a good job by Olympus. The coaches did a fantastic job, and the kids executed.
Well, that's our final score, 45-22. Titans now 1-0 in region play. For Quentin, our cameraman, for Dave, I'm Nate Thatcher. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this edition of the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.